Good evening. So we're out on bikes. I bumped into a friend recently, I haven't seen him for a few years. He's up front on the Super Duke, being slightly stifled at the moment by Avon and Somerset Constabulary ahead, who are setting the pace. Not sure which way they're going to turn in a second. But yeah, bumped into him a few weeks back. Didn't realise he was a biker. He didn't realise I got back into bikes, so we sort of made an arrangement to get out, have a little bit of a spin, see how we get on. Weather's pretty good today as well, so I think I'd have liked to have gone right there, but that's only because I know that road better. So I'm already well aware that on performance I can't keep in anywhere near the same company as the Super Duke. That thing is an absolute animal, and I have made him aware that I very much doubt my experience is any better than my ability performance wise, so if I do have to hang back I will do, but fingers crossed I'll be able to keep up. I wouldn't have thought he'd go too fast anyway. So we're heading now between Clevedon and Portishead. This is a lovely stretch of road, but we've had a bit of rain over the last few days, and quite heavy rain at times, and this tends to hold the rain, so we'll see how damp it is a bit further on. No nod. I've adjusted the gear change lever on the bike. I was getting a lot of false neutrals. I think a lot of it was because the gear lever had quite a big gap between the top of my foot and the lever itself before it started to make any sort of changes, so I adjusted it down. The gear change seems a lot quicker, but every now and then I forget that I've done it, and I sort of accidentally kick up a gear just by twitching my foot upwards or getting ready to squeeze it. I don't know if it's something that happens, but the gear change feels more agricultural now. I suspect that's because I've changed the angle of the gear lever slightly, which is making it more of a mechanical hit rather than the smooth gear change that I would normally be expecting. Right, I'm just going to give it a sec before I come past this car. I'd like to see what I'm accelerating into. There we go. Cyclist up front. One thing that's too easy to do in this sort of environment is you're out with someone you haven't ridden with for a while, you don't want to seem like the weak one, so you end up pushing yourself further than your capabilities allow, and that's when you get into trouble. I'm not going to do that. I'm not interested in showing off to anybody. I'm far too old for that crap. Big fan of getting home. And it was interesting, I watched another video the other day, and somebody mentioned was actually spot on, where he said that the only person in a group ride, I know there's only two people riding here, but the only person in a group ride who's riding at the pace they want to ride on is the one up front. Everyone else is either going a bit slower or a bit faster than they want to go, but you do the speed and the ride and the cornering that you're confident doing. The other thing that's quite important to note when you do a group ride, or there's a couple of you riding, is that when you're following, you tend to like to stagger. A couple of reasons: gives you better visibility in front, but also it means that your braking zone is that much longer. Now the only problem with that is that you no longer are able to take the line that you would normally want to take into corners, because the chances are the person in front has already taken that line, and you've got to make adjustments quite rapidly to be able to get the correct positioning going into a corner. Now when you do that, that means the bike's not stable going into a corner. People that don't ride bikes think it's just a case of jump on, squirt the throttle, go fast, have fun, but there's so much to take in with your environment and so much to take on board with your riding style to make it as safe and pleasurable and as quick sometimes, if that's a priority, as it can be. All right? Yeah, good. That road was a bit drier than I expected after all the rain we've had. Yeah. I like the look of that bike. I've not had any experience with the KTMs, but that Super Duke, it is a stunning looking bike, and you know its reputation, you know what it's capable of, along the same lines as the Ducati Street Fighter, but maybe slightly more aggressive in manner, I don't know, but it's so good, it's so nice to look at. Dropping stones on corners, so still important to go steady. I'll have to catch up with whoever's done it and punch them square in the face. Not a lot of nodding going on today. What's your preferred method? Nodding, waving, tilting the head? I think I tilt the head more. If I'm on a nice straight, calm, steady road, I might offer a wave. Now this is a lovely little piece of road. Please slow. Okay, I wonder what that's. Oh, right, okay. I think they could possibly have done with a few signs a bit sooner coming into that road. Not just that, there's nothing scarier than coming around a corner when you're being a bit exuberant and there's a squad car there with blue flashing lights. Right, where are we going to go today, Steve? Well, I think I'm going to split this video. I'll probably call it now. So we're just going to start the second half of the trip, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Bye.